Alright, it's the Cursed Prophet back with another video, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a video for a fan or someone who was in the comments. They wanted to know about Estelle Harris. From what I read of her, I had seen her on TV before, but I did not know her by name and really by face. Um, but from what I found out, she had a very long career in Hollywood for the most part. I believe she was on Seinfeld and The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. And there were other things she was also involved in as far as movies and things like that. But so let's look at the numbers. So Estelle apparently died April 3rd, 2022. 4 and 3 is 7. 7 in 2022 is 7 and 6. 7 and 6 is 13. Um, she was 93 years old. 9 and 3 would be 12, which would give you 3 again. Or you could do 9 times 3, which is 27, which is 9. I'm trying to remember because I didn't write it down. There were some other numbers he gave me as well. Okay, I believe, and I did not read this, but the fan said that she died at 6:25. You have your 13 again. The number 13 is very, very big with the Freemasons and the Knights and Templars and those organizations and cults, or whatever you want to consider them. So was 12, and so was the number 3. Excuse me. I actually had a court date recently, and I was looking at the numbers, and they had me under the energies of 96, which 9 and 6 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6. So you saw the Freemason stamp all over that, or the establishment and the government. With her death, we're going to look at her death once again and say that she died. She pretty much was, and I took this kind of from another psychic on YouTube, where she says, she pretty much was raised to die because the same energy she came in on are the same energies that she died on. It's almost a full circle ritual. With the clock. The clock went around, started at 12 when she was born, and then when she died, it came back around, and it went to 12 again, and when it struck 12 again, almost like Cinderella, when it struck 12 again, all the magic wore off, and it was time for her to go. When I speak to Estelle, she tells me that her passing actually was not a murder, or they didn't do anything to her. She definitely signed the deal with the industry, that deal, and she says that it was actually royalty for her to go. So she was put in a very high place for letting them take her out at this time and this energy, because she died during the energy of Aries. We are in the Aryan energy right now, of war and blood and justice. All of that ties into justice magic and warrior magic and energies like that. So when you look at some of the roles she played, it's not shocking, the roles that she played. They were very Aryan and very Aries-like. What she's telling me is, and what she told me when I did the reading, and I will put part 2 of when I did the cards with her in the show, so you can see what came out during the reading. But I'm trying to go off what I remember her telling me. But what she told me is that she says her energy is being used for the coming of the sun. And this is kind of more of a Wiccan thing, or you hear it more in like Wicca, where they talk about, when we go in the winter, we kind of kiss the sun goodbye. And, that energy, and, that's kind of when you harvest, and you kind of don't really you plant your seeds, but you really don't do spell work that you really want to manifest, because you wait for that to come in the spring. And as you get closer to the spring, that's when you start to plant your seeds. Now, some people during the whole entire winter go ahead and start planting their seeds, so that in spring they can see their manifestations come to fruition. And that's what she's telling me. She's telling me that this was a sun god ritual, and she's telling me that this was the ultimate sun god ritual. And she is saying that although you'll see other sacrifices in the industry during this month, she was the top, almost like a Whitney Houston. Think of that star power, like a Whitney Houston. So she's the top of the pyramid, and the sacrifice was really big, because we also had Tracy Braxton, who was sacrificed during Pisces season for Tamar Braxton. But the energy was used for Tony Braxton's The Fallen Angels book club, which was on the 2nd, which was also Tracy Braxton's birthday. And I believe Estelle Harris was an Aries too, or I think I already said that. And I believe she died a day or two before or after her next birthday, if I'm correct. So like I said, it was the clock ritual. There's an actual name for this ritual in one of my spell books in the Haitian voodoo book that my grandma gave me. I'm not staying at my house right now, so I can't get to it, but there is a specific name for this ritual. But this was a divine sun god ritual, and she was used to welcome back the sun for the industry and to empower those powers that be that practice in the industry this form of occultism. So that's what it was used for. She did sign up for this ritual, and she will be elevated in the spirit realm in their spirituality, not the Jesus, not the voodoo, but what they practice. So she'll be elevated, and her energy will be used for different things. And she was promised different things. Excuse me. She was promised different things for offering herself up. Like I said, this was more of a gift. She was gifting the industry and those who practice this type of occultism something with this sacrifice and letting herself be killed or letting herself cross over and transition. So if you're wondering, it's a lot of 13s. This one is not really a question. This definitely was a Freemason ritual. And yeah, sorry, a call was coming through. It definitely was a Freemason ritual. And you could even look at the 13th. You could just do add it all together and get 13. You could do 1 times 3 is 3 and come up with the 3. So you see the numbers, you see everything that's involved in it. I'm not sure how she died, because like I said, I do know who she is. I did not know her by name. And I won't say I was a fan of her. She's not somebody of the actresses that I'm like, ooh, I loved her, or I'm going to miss. Of course, I'll miss her because she's a person and she died, but I did not know who she was. And I remember watching Seinfeld back in the day, but I haven't watched it recently. And of course, I was a fan of Sweet Life with Zach and Cody. And I remember her on there. Now that I know that she was on that show. But for those who were fans and who are wondering, it was a sacrifice and it was a ritual. But in this ritual, she did sign up for it years ago, is what she told me. And she says that she's going to elevate even further. And you're going to see her energy mounted on somebody very soon. So somebody's going to step in and become the next Estelle here soon. I'm not sure who it's going to be, because right now the industry is using a lot of Aries energy for something. And I really think it's going towards this war because, like I said, Aries is war energy. If you know Aries people, you know we are quick and we're fire and we're quick-witted and we will fuck shit up, and we're warriors and we're independent and we're all those energies. So like I said, I really think that her energy went towards this ritual. She wouldn't tell me what ritual it went to. All she kept saying was that it was for the sun god. It was to welcome him back and to welcome the welcome the spring back. And it's a very strong ritual, and it's not fully over. It'll end towards the end of the Aries season. She said in May the ritual will be finished. So whatever they tell you, it's not correct. It's just for the public. This ritual will last for a long time, like I said, because Tracy Braxton was also sacrificing this energy, and she was the Aries, and they pulled her energy. But most of her energy will go between those sisters, and they're going to use that for whatever to propel them up and to elevate their careers. So you guys get ready for it. So this is part 1 on the Estelle. And I done forgot that quick what her last name was. But yeah, you guys know who I'm talking about on Estelle, the actress. So this is the Cursed Prophet, back with another video. Have a good day.